Call the Rome City Board of Zoning Appeals to order on Thursday, November 20th, 2025 at 7:01 p.m. Roll call.
Christine Coe. Here. Kelly Torres. Here. Derek Hirsch.
Here.
Tom Clifton.
Here.
Mark Chapman.
Here.
Larry Warren.
Next on the agenda is read and approve minutes from the last meeting.
And move the waive reading of the minutes and approve them. They say that.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried. Under new business, we have variance 2025-32, Ronald and Susan Mink. You have the
Yeah, this is my property up here. Yes, can I put in pictures? What we want to do is, this is deck and this is deck and this is a sidewalk. This sidewalk slopes down from the property up here, down here, and probably drops about 2 steps down. Then it's a step up to this portion of the deck, and it goes over here and there's another step up to this portion of the deck. There's a, right here is sort of the main door that goes out onto the deck. One of the issues we have is people come out and they're blown away with the view of the lake and forget to look for this little step. So what I might do is I want to raise this deck up to the same level with that, which is about 1 step, and then bring it out here and just square it off. So what that will do, that will give me, there's a little bit of a problem apparently with this dimension in here to the lake.
So you inherited this as it is?
Yes, it was like that.
I'm wondering why they ever did it that way.
Who knows? So that would make this dimension here. Currently, this is about 20 feet in here. And that would take that down to about 18. This portion of the deck we redid. We got this part of it done and then realized that we had an issue with the code. So we stopped. That part is done. We just have to finish up this part here.
You're gonna keep the sidewalk?
Yes, it's a wood sidewalk. It's a deck sidewalk. So it would stay, well, it'd be replaced. It'll be the same dimensions, except instead of sloping down, it'll be more level.
So you won't have another step.
Right.
Mean you're trying to make it safe.
Well, most of our friends are our age and don't look real well for everything you're doing.
Especially when you're looking at a lake. You're not looking where you're walking.
Yeah, we have people that come and visit you that aren't used to it. In the summer, it really is an amazing view when you walk out the door and it's like, we sort of do that all the time. So
Okay, so it's on the east side, looking at the sidewalk side of it, because
this part here.
yes, what's the, because I see on the variance request it is for 5 down to 2 feet. What is the current distance from the edge of the sidewalk to the property line as it is?
It's about 2 feet.
Okay.
Stay the same.
So
we're
we're
not changing that.
Right.
You just change them.
Just the elevation of it, be the same dimensions of this now.
So in essence, really the only thing that really we're concerned about being a new mix into the equation is that lakeside part of it
Yeah,
that's
it
coming
is.
a little bit closer
Just a little
to.
corner here. Right.
Okay. I
Anybody else have any other questions?
have questions.
Was there, I just finished reading.
Yeah, I notified, the 2 adjoining owners, Darren Ogden and then Daniel Miller and some other child. Mr. Minicky spoke with Darren, right?
Yes.
And he signed the return paper.
He's the one closest to the.
Yeah, so he's most affected.
And Darren's fine. He and I have talked about it. As a matter of fact, there's a fence that runs all the way up that property line. And then back that direction. When we took that fence down, because it's in really bad shape. And we originally had talked about putting the fence back up, and now he likes it so much without the fence, just leave the fence down. He sort of like the open look that it's creating. It's been a long time.
Yeah, since I was a kid. Any interested parties here on variance 2025-32 that wish to be?
Make a motion that we approve variance 2025-32.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried. We'll have some paperwork for you.
Like, to sign something for me?
Yeah, yeah. You'll have to start attorney still catching up.
He's
Here's what that.
From our road bike. Got a bottle, 100 bottles they gave us this last year. Yeah. Yeah.
It's worth, I really like the building code you guys have. It's too bad you couldn't do that when it was first started.
Correct.
Who would have thought it?
It's better than it was when it first.
Yeah,
It's very nice, it's very nice reading through it. It's, very logical and seem like all good thoughts.
it's nice to hear that. We get more complaints than we do.
Mostly from people in other bigger cities that have these codes that don't realize that they would have to follow codes here also.
Well, I didn't realize that either. My contractor was supposedly gonna leave the building permit stuff. And he got delayed and stuff. He said, well, can you go take care of that for me? He stayed back to go and did it. And then we got a discussion about what there's more involved in what you're doing. And it was like, it wasn't until then that I realized there even was a building code or anything like that. So I was like, oh. So we just stopped around.
Authorities have ways to start.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate the fact that you wanted to do it right.
Well, it's easy to get back and do real code.
Yeah.
That's Richard Leigh.
Got questions for you that should be for lessons.
Change the.
Work hard, yeah.
So here's.
Oh, yeah, we, our plan has tons of work, we do the bonds. But the other plans are kind of slow. Working on different areas. So it's the other thing. See? More work and done.
Next on the agenda
A lot of people don't
is
have.
variance 25-33, Patrick and Angela Miller. Nothing on the floor.
We have a PDF for us, we.
I do, just a very minute.
Good evening, and we appreciate you providing the audience for our variance request. There you go. So as you can see, what we'd like to do is pursue a 40-by-35 pole barn. We're gonna use this to store all of our boats, trailers, lawn equipment, things of that nature. Like to put it here, you can't really see it on here, but our parking pad for our driveway comes right here and terminates right there at that line. This has all been for decades, just completely undeveloped trees, shrubs, very thick wooded area. We've removed just enough for the pole barn, leaving all this natural back there to provide for a buffer from the lake. All of the distances between the boundaries and setbacks are all well past what the setbacks require. And the pole barn is to be colored to match. We have no water hookups in it, just electrical only. No intent to have any type of living quarters in there. It's all open scissor joists up the top, so it's essentially open span storage.
They have any questions for him?
Do you plan on having water in there?
No, no water.
Good choice.
Now, if I drove by earlier, now it's like I'm suddenly blanking on what the layout around the property was, so it's just. Doing some
I usually have that,
doing some digital sightseeing.
but I didn't think that out.
What is the inside height?
The total height is 16. Okay. Doesn't say inside, but I know on the
So the
inside,
16 feet tall.
the inside 16 total, I think it's 9.6, but
Yeah.
it's gonna have a ceiling in it that's gonna be insulated
That's all.
at the top.
Oh, I have that. 15, 4.5 each. Concrete.
This is, excuse my artistry, but that's the right rate.
It's
Pretty good.
Very, very rudimentary.
just puts it right out there. It's a pole barn, figure it out. Just really for some of that, that's great.
There any interested parties here on various 2025-33? Okay.
Notified. Let's start one. Right. The 3 adjoining owners and only had 1 return from Mr. Smith with no comments.
How many actually get returned? How many actually get returned?
Percentage wise.
Maybe 1 out of 3.
Depends on how exciting the variance request.
Yeah, 10 on 1 last one. So that was pretty.
Only if they don't want it,
No, this one,
in favor of, good.
sometimes, they'll put the little notes on them. But no, that one, nobody said anything, and then it was, Pranger, so
Yeah.
we had people that showed up too. No cows.
Very exciting.
We like it when they show up and ask questions and they get their questions.
Yeah. Instead of hearsay.
All right, I guess I need a motion. Approval.
Motion, we accept variance, is it 2025-33?
Yes.
It is.
I will accept variance 2025-33.
I'll second it.
With the standard restrictions of
No, voting.
no plumbing, no rental, no
Yeah.
business. No exterior stairwell, what's the other one?
I like the kitchen.
No exterior stuff.
No living
Stairwell,
quarters.
no exterior stairwell.
Yeah. Eastgate.
No living quarters.
Stairs to nowhere.
Yeah.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion.
Thank you very much.
We will have.
Nice
Thanks,
first.
You guys probably have to work.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Who gets it all? She's written that up.
Yeah.
There's a wise man.
Oh, no, after 40 years.
From you.
Two.
From you.
I do.
Yes, we'll use that.
Work with our signatures.
Yeah, just for.
And then you also get away in that.
That's back,
Take credit.
take about 6, 7 seconds to get out there.
Yeah, 6, 7.
Everybody sign it, then they'll adjust it.
You're present. You're similar. I can really give her that number too. Yeah.
Thursday.
Thursday,
Friday.
Use my too. Yes.
Most people.
Lee, did you say dude wipes are fine?
No,
They're not fine.
they're not fine. There's
None
a
of the
whole
wipes.
thing.
They say they're flush.
On
they're
there.
not flush.
It's the 3 Ps.
I know you're shocked that they would lie.
Well, actually, 4 Ps. Pee, poop, puke, and paper. That's it.
Not plywood.
No.
They also get extra scare when it's it's short bikes down on legislations, but what?
Oh, wow. Very good for yourself.
Well, those all got to be gone. You only take 80 and shut up to 100 years of biodegradable. Fantastic for the environment.
Yeah.
Here's something I didn't already know. The ceiling in our bathroom,
So who drew these?
is it dummy
What's
ceiling?
that?
Who drew
I
these?
dropped them.
They're the
There's like
artists.
I found it.
ornaments, yeah, I can clean the ceiling.
Because we're not the only town that's having a problem.
But they don't
And they're
really
shocked.
protection from 1960.
Yeah, I have, feels like a, I'm gonna say,
It's a sad state of affairs.
man, I'm a sleepy. I used to like, you see the side right house, but I can fancy. Yeah, because Kodak didn't understand that either. And what it did was figured like water cooler. Moisture and everything. They never dissipated. Yeah. Rest is. So.
Well, I had you about me try and sleuth and figure out what that 2-inch PVC pipe that was running straight up in the middle of the house.
Oh, yeah.
Because like we went through this and we couldn't find a 2-inch pipe going out. It's like, you got 4-inch. Right?
Yeah,
That's
under
pretty
variance 2025-28. Table from the October meeting. Deborah verbal revocable trust. It's here on the.
Several questions. You happen to have that preliminary plan,
We have, Pranger's. Which I don't know that I ran down copy.
Yeah, these,
Well, we think hopefully been updated.
so
Yeah.
Andrew Scouten was hired out of that range boundary, will do some design for the stormwater. Also adjusted finished floor of the building to be 2 feet above base floor elevation.
guess the biggest question I have is the size of the structure. The increase of that coverage. Will the 26 by 80-foot structure be allowed? Or does that need to be decreased?
Say that again, 26 by what?
26 by 80 is the proposed size.
Which is what the proposal is.
Yeah.
Well, you can show that you can keep all your water on. Maybe, and that's the biggest thing I remember, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because one of the neighbors said he's already underwater most of the time down there. That's because of.
Well.
The height to the peak, I was told would be. Was to the peak,
16 feet.
height to the peak would be 16 feet. And then. My understanding that since the structure was moved from the original submittal. With a 4-foot setback on the east side and the 10-foot on the west side to 2 7-foot setbacks. To accommodate the. Increase in elevation of finished floor height to achieve the grades. That will need to be resubmitted. Is that correct?
What's that? Sorry, I was checking to see what variance we were taking out.
Okay, so the structure was moved from the original submission with a 4-foot setback on the east side. And the standard 10-foot setback is now centered in the lot with 2 7-foot setbacks. Well,
They need two now.
they would be 2 side yard variances because they're both less than 10 feet.
For single family.
That's
Well, because it is on
Four.
Lake residential side, it's single.
Oh, well, I don't know, because now, because the variance request for the side, on one side, so for centering it.
I told him.
I think so, because now because now it would encroach on the.
On both
the other
sides.
side that's may not realize exactly, centering sense. Over the one side, I think. It's essentially another.
I will say though, while you're hashing out that one, I will say it is definitely reassuring to see that when this comes back on the second go around with the height adjustment for the flood elevation and a stormwater plan have both been adopted. I think that's at least a good start. But yeah, now the hearing property line on the other side. It's like that probably be a reality.
Yeah, it's the west side then. So are you planning to gutter it?
Yes,
On water back?
there would be 4 downspouts, 1 on each corner of the building. And I was able to meet the DNR requirements of the reason for sliding the building was in order to meet, if the building is raised to accommodate 2 foot above the base flood elevation, it has to have a maximum of 3 to 1 flood off that hill. So we're essentially coming up 2 feet, so I need 6 feet to make a 3 to 1 flood. So I can't have a 4-foot side yard setback because now we're over in the neighboring lot. But with the grades of the lot to the east, we can create a swale along that property line and get the downspout water from both sides to the back. And then for the soil type and runoff with the downspouts, collecting roof water and funneling those, we require a 26 by 26 foot basin that was 1 foot deep.
Well, what was discussed last month, it's still too big. The whole building is still too big. You didn't put the size of the building itself down at all.
And that's not, he's.
Well, that was,
You were.
I need to know what the size of the building would be allowed so I can recalculate the storm. That's what Mr. Bontrager is asking.
Normally gonna be doors in front of this.
Yes, well, there's a passage door on the front corner on the side, but the garage door is in the front.
Not gonna be like any of the back.
No, no.
Biggest room we've ever got.
It's just, you know, it's the size of a lot.
Yeah.
And then the amount of coverage, so what about the amount of coverage? Did you recalculate that?
If,
Cause right
yeah,
now.
my calculation had 46, and it was 41, but mine included all the way out to the edge of the road into the right.
So did you take out that part that was to the road?
I-
The road right away?
I can't take that out of my stormwater calculation because it's all part of it. But.
But you don't know what
if-
that distance is?
Well, if I remove this. That would get it to. I don't know the exact number, but it was a lot closer to your 41 than my
Because
46.
Because that would have to be after
Yes.
off
Yeah.
the cover, that's what I'm asking.
Okay, so the English teacher's over here doing geometry and slowly getting annoyed back here. All right, so with and since I don't have the plan in front of me, it's rectangular.
Yeah.
Right? So if I'm playing with proportions on a 26 and 80, if I'm messing with numbers just to try and get my head to wrap around things, it's just a simple rectangle, right? Okay, English kids should be able to do that. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that.
So if you reduce the length by 10 foot, it takes it to 1820. By 20 feet, it takes it to 1560.
Well, okay, so, and you can, because I'm not a builder, so you can just tell me like where my thinking is faulty on this one. I'm understanding that I'm not the client, but just kind of talking out loud. If the width was dropped down from 26 feet to 20 feet, and then proportionally speaking, the structure were shrunk based on that ratio, the length on the other side would now be 61 feet 6 inches roughly, which would be approximately 1,230 square feet. If you drop down, proportionally shrinking it.
I think it's harder to get it skinnier than it is to shorten it. The skinnier, you have the smaller the garage door, you can't make it 2 cars. So, I mean,
Yeah. The road said.
he's more concerned about parking like 2 pontoons side by side. And I don't know the width there, it's kind of hard to get skinny.
Pontoons side by side.
You can do two cars on two of this type.
Square footage, I think, is easier to shorten. Shrink it, move around.
Then involved with the single family residential zone. The new standard is for a 60-foot wide minimum lot But this lot is only 40 feet wide. So being set up, whenever that was, it's already narrower than what your new minimum standard width is. So, getting that side setbacks and everything to work on the smaller lot is
You can still only cover a certain percentage.
true. But
Oh, I didn't say the width, you wouldn't be able to
Right.
build a house on it. House. So it's still very nice. Other than sharing. But I think the bigger issue is the lot coverage side of it. I don't think, the detention basin is probably not gonna solve the problem out there, but it's not gonna make it worse. I think that's making, it's keeping it watered, which it seems like you've come up with a basin to do that. So don't make it worse.
Well, I guess whatever size it is, you can say it's gotta meet 35%. With. If you wanna. Do that, then they gotta bring it down 10%. Size wise.
so it'll be like 7 instead of 8.
Would 70 foot take us down, that 10%?
26 times 70, that'd get you to 18.20. Which is, it's a little bit closer. Just playing with numbers over here. Again, working on their scale, 24-foot width and 73.85 feet, which I think is what, 73 feet 10 inches roughly. Gets you roughly 1771 square feet.
4 votes.
So you understand that was.
So that's 20.
24.
Scaling down,
You got-
73.85 feet, which
Got
is
a rental storage unit.
about 73 feet 10 inches. 24 by like 73.
So you could do between the 4 that would be.
Well, range not fully okay, but
Get close.
24 times 73 is gonna get you 52.
Well,
Which
just rough numbers here, I just.
again, that
Yeah, if it's cut
it's
10 feet
closer
off
than
of it,
relatively.
your lot coverage,
I
I
do know that.
guess,
I do know enough one.
38,
Say that.
maybe 39.
I think it's
37%.
the other.
But I guess I'm being whole back to the house, if it's just in rough numbers, looking at maybe 40 by 160, and then figure out square footage of the pad and building. About 30, it's 39. Right. Lot coverage, which is closer to the 35.
But Mr. Von Trager was able to reduce the size of the building to the 35% coverage, then the only variance would be for the side yard setbacks.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Mostly.
Well, you're still probably gonna be over the 1200.
You're gonna be over the top.
Wait a minute, but the one before this was over the 1200 limit too, so. But within reason, I don't think that's the biggest issue.
I guess I'm confused at why
The side yards,
the 1200 comes from,
That's what
Plus
we
the
allow for
accessory
accessory building.
even though this is the only structure on the lot.
Where they have to come in and apply for their permit. Because we wanna know what size these buildings are gonna be. And whether they're gonna take care of the water, they're gonna have, it's the whole thing.
But like, not like the one before we saw it was 200 square foot larger, but it was much larger lot with sure space, so.
but the side setbacks both residents on both sides have to be notified.
Yeah.
Respond.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand that.
Just for like kind of frame of reference, I went back there and talked amateurish numbers and everything. Just by cutting down the width from 26 to 24 feet and chopping the length from 80 feet to 73 feet, roughly 10 inches, your total square footage now becomes 1,752. So, I mean, again, relatively speaking, blueprints, those negligible chop offs, I believe, especially on the wood side. Well, I think even if having to come in for a variance for over 1,200 feet happens, I think it does seem reasonable that there could be a width and length on the building that at least gets you closer to 1,200 than what is currently being proposed with. Sorry, my brain just stopped burning there from it. I think you get a little bit closer without it having to be a 26 by 80 construction. That's at least what it looks like from this.
So it would be fair if we'd ask the homeowner if he wants to shorten it or take it narrower.
Yes.
So that'd probably be the biggest.
Right. And then again, did we determine that we have to hear another variance for the 7 feet on both sides?
Well, it would be more than 7 feet if we went narrower.
It's true.
Yeah, but it's
Like
8 feet instead of 7 feet.
Yeah, it should still be within 10.
Just be 10.
Now I'm sure that was happy that it wasn't kind of closer to him. And specifically stated that at the meeting, that he was glad that they weren't asking for a side yard variance on his side. So,
So
I'm sure he'd be tickled with a catch basin.
right, I mean, I'm sure some of that new information.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, we notified, they'll be. Yeah.
in light of the new paperwork that has to be done anyways on this one, I think based on the current size of the structure and that it does seem that there is some readjustment that could be done that would not overly inconvenience the property owner, and in light of the additional variance applications kind of happen for the sides of the structure. I would make the motion that specifically on variance 2025-28 that we do not accept it.
Well, I think maybe table it.
Table it.
And make those
Oh,
changes.
are they able to?
Table again.
Okay, then I rescind that motion.
I think
Did
it
you
all-
deny it? Okay, then I rescind that motion. Ask to be stricken from the record.
Well, nobody seconded it.
Okay, then I make the motion that we retable this until January. Aye.
You said all that without a sister or something.
The deadline for submission for the resubmission and for the January meeting is December 12th.
12-15. And that's 15.
I'll just leave it just at 12.
Yeah.
Then you got
Give it a couple of days. Just have one more question. If Vernon and Orla and Michiana builders get with the owner and get that building sized, and I rerun calculations and adjust the grades, is there any kind of technical review or, I mean, can I get with you and say, this is what we're thinking, and like we tried to do before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think what they're looking for is just,
Yeah, because if you get the information that we,
We're just
even if she asks questions.
No, I understand.
I think I'll meet too, and we can kind of put it together before the
Yeah,
submission deadline. so you
if they
can-
move the building forward, shorten it, you might not have to do the fill.
yes. Yeah, we only need 8 feet.
Well, because they shot elevations when they were out there, so if elevations, most of them, except for the northeast corner, shows that it's at 919, which the floodplain is 918.8. So all of that is higher, then they can build on it and then go in and ask for a loan to get it taken out. Because obviously there's something wrong with their mapping. They've got the maps at 918 and it's a whole foot higher.
Yes.
But the only way to get it taken out is for them to do a loan with it. Have it removed.
Don't know, it was my impression that that wasn't desirable because that was gonna take about 6 months.
What, to do the Loma?
Well, to get it all approved.
Oh, well, we would, if you have the elevations, you have the proof.
Mhm.
If you have the proof, then we would go ahead and issue everything. You could start construction and then, and ideally, it's better to go in and ask for the Loma with the building on it. Because then they'll take out the building and then the portion of the lot that is not in.
Okay.
So, I mean,
Boy, you lost me.
it won't stop them from moving forward, but the Loma.
Essentially get approval.
Like,
Condition and you'll get
Yeah, because your documentation shows it's above it, so that's what I need. But
We get approved, condition upon you'll follow through with it.
Yeah, because with what's proposed now, the FEMA elevation certificate will have to get filled out and all that documented. Which,
right,
Michigan builders knows about, so.
Yeah.
Okay, I will do that to them.
yeah,
Let them decide what they want to do, so.
we're not, governments aren't quick,
No, that.
so I know that.
Yeah.
We try, but we're not.
Well, you're working on it. We appreciate that.
Thank you for all the information.
Yeah.
So much time.
And I will say this is one of the most difficult ones I've had since I've been
I will,
totally out of the ordinary, so.
yes.
Well, it's just where it's located.
Yeah, I will. Give them, see what they
Right.
decide. And
Thank you.
recalculate. Thank you. Get it out to you. Thank you for your time.
Yeah.
Be careful going home, getting bogged.
Have a Thanksgiving.
Thank you, you too.
Well, I just have it on there.
It's like that, it's like the, garage.
Well, because I think you'll be happy to know when they actually followed through on the stuff that he said.
The garage,
Yeah.
garage, kitchen.
Yeah.
There was
Well, there
already
was the
in front.
kitchen and then there was, yes, the garage that was. They said it was a garage house, but it wasn't a garage because you couldn't get a car in it if you
That
tried.
little yellow house there behind the big house. The grandparents'
House.
house.
Do you know the sign you agreed to the?
Garage kitchen.
Cause I wasn't at that town board meeting. 'Cause I
Which is-
had-
Yeah, I don't know if I did.
If you forward me, I'll send it. to-
I thought I did though.
But it was a house, it was
Sign
high.
copy.
Was coming.
I didn't know I had a sign right
There because Warren.
Town board.
Here.
That was.
Oh, are you talking about the town council meeting?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's
I
Heidi.
seem like here.
Oh, sweet.
And I won't be in tomorrow, so you wanna contact her and tell her to scan it to you and to me, because I would like an actual sign. I mean, I got our sign, but not the council signature.
Twenty's all signed. It was just- I was gonna
Everything got
distribute
signed
it
on
to
it,
the
but
attorneys that were all involved, because I don't think there was a final copy once the town council signed it.
So it's happening now. So it's done.
Yeah, it's all signed and agreement signed.
Well, they have to take the bathroom out. They have to move the air conditioning unit opposite side of the house.
Somewhere not in that site.
They have to pay $10,000 to us and they have to pay 16 something to Niederman. And they're never allowed to apply for a variance on
That's.
that side of the house in the future.
Unless that building, unless that building.
Bathroom out of the garage.
Well, that's the thing.
Yeah,
There is no deadline on that.
why not? It wasn't allowed to get.
Right, well, they're reached agreement, they don't do it. Is, you haven't heard anything from the building department? Or, you know, who does the inspection?
Do you think I'm going to? Do you think he's going to?
Part of the deal, you can be in a big violation again. That's the easiest one to violate him on. It's either that or it's not. And he's never gonna
He
get.
got that thing in that clause in there that says he's got so much time to do it. Not sure why. To comply with the moving the stuff and taking the bathroom out. Yeah, it's in there. It gives him like an open-ended deal.
He never
Is
Correct.
Defend that, I don't think.
But, I guess we can always just say we're not gonna cash the check until it's actually done. And if we don't cash the check, then we haven't accepted the payment. It's
Well, he was, I mean, what was it?
You start the whole thing.
Man, you were on camera. Man,
Thank you for getting that.
no, yeah,
Thought we were just, audio.
no.
All right, you're done with that? Then appeal by Larry Weisenberger, waiting for court date still.
Yeah,
Yes, we have to.
never ending.
We have to do briefs, so I'm gonna.
Briefs on trees.
I'm gonna get to read a 40-page brief from. Then I'll have.
Are those streets still?
So we have a hearing now.
Can you
set
just
for
answer it? That
April
says tree
6th.
person?
April 6th, at 10 a.m. We have an hour.
And that's the hearing date now?
Yeah. I just got an email this morning, so. April 6th.
hey, looking to see last.
I offered him, I'll give you 55 of the hour. If we don't have to do briefs, I'll let you have the entire hour. I'll just give my 5 minutes to say, says no trees or brush or no, whatever, no trees, no bushes,
No.
dense hedgerow.
Anything that can be
whatever.
construed at that.
You don't want to brief, Mr. Attorney? I agree.
Pardon.
Oh, that Monday, I'm on spring break.
We come hang out.
I actually, just because now, I mean,
Well, I
like,
hope they're not wanting me there because I might not be here.
No, it's just Lord.
well, hey, I mean,
I'm just gonna read that code section and I'm gonna explain arborvitaes have serve no purpose whatsoever other than screening. He said so much to his neighbor with you on privacy, so it's obviously screening.
I mean, this is supposed to be. I agree.
Yeah.
All right.
Big draw.
Under miscellaneous business, review of paperwork on fence areas, speaking of fences.
Yeah, we haven't done any.
Well, that's it.
Let's get this thing done before we start shooting things, because I know you don't want to.
Well, there's nothing to use against us. We're just making it.
I know, but if we change it to add arborvitae specifically, then they're gonna say, we'll see.
I'm gonna list every tree there is, every
But
bush there
We
is,
won't do that until next year.
like grass there is on the planet. The book is gonna be,
Hills.
just the definition of fence is gonna be about up to here.
Goodness, we're gonna need to kill more trees to get the list.
Yeah.
We got a few.
I know. I'm just. All right, are we done? Anybody else have any other business before the?
Did we have to do something about the fence back here?
No, he decided he's just gonna fix the pieces that are bad. And I went, okay, fine.
I'm sure it's expensive. Okay. Need to meet, motion done.
motion to adjourn. Second that motion.
Aye.
Hearing. Next meeting,
Happy Thanksgiving.
January 15th.
Happy Thanksgiving.
And Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
That's right.
Hey Dustin, I can be there. I think it's listed, or I will show up
Well, it's open. It's open.
What day of the week is that?
Monday.
Oh, it's a Monday.
Monday the 6th.
If I get,